thinks they have a great mom. But as kids, we knew we had a great mom because everybody else told us so. She did too. She treated everyone that came into our house as her own kid, even those who had a perfectly good mother. She was more than just a great mom, though. She was a cool mom and a great friend. The bond I had with my mom was very special and will always be. As some of you may know, I had a bit of a wild streak when I was younger. Luckily, that streak is gone, and all those decisions I made now are mature and responsible. Despite some of the less than great decisions I made as a kid, Mom was always there to pick me up, set me back on the right path, and defend me. Well, at least on the rare occasion that the mess I found myself in wasn't actually my fault. One of the many things I really appreciate about Mom was that she always encouraged us to try new things when we were young. Now, my kids, Chase and Kayla, close your ears for this next part. For example, I remember, unbeknownst to my father, she taught me how to drive when I was 12. Oh yeah, and she also taught me how to drink, also when I was 12. In her defense, we were in Hawaii at the time, and laws over there are very different, I think. At a minimum, everything was much more laid back over there. At least it was when this happened, eons ago. Mom also had a great sense of humor, often off-color and self-deprecating. She had an amazing knack for combining humility with snobbery. To be down to earth and high society, all in one paradoxical moment. I mean, it takes that sort of knack for someone to give themselves the self-proclaimed nickname, the Brat. And she did. She loved that nickname so much that, in fact, the state of California profited very nicely from her collection of personalized license plates over the years. She had Me Brat, We Are Brats, We Be Brat, and A10 Brat. She was the Brat. As you know, she was a very beautiful woman. She was a model in her younger years, which probably explains why she was always the best dressed person in any room she walked into. Now that I think about it, that may have something to do with how she got her nickname, the Brat. She really liked material things, but don't we all? More importantly, though, she loved to have fun. Time with Mom was almost always filled with smiles and laughter, and that is one of the things I already miss about her and will always miss. Mom made things better. I have too many fond memories of Mom to list or name, many of which could easily be a favorite memory. Our times together in Hawaii when my brother and I were younger are definitely near the top of the list. We ruled that island. Our times together in Paso Robles and her and Joe's mega motorhome, enjoying her favorite pastime, wine tasting. She never stopped inviting us, reminding me how much I enjoyed it there, or being sure to point out that my brother and his kids still go with them. Thankfully, my own kids got to have that experience with her. Amy and I would send them with her to enjoy that special grandparents' time, which gave Amy and me a chance for our special parent time away from them. Thanks, Mom. But seriously, it was such a blessing for Kayla and Chase to be able to spend that time with her, and for me to have some quiet time with my wife and my best friend. Mom was always the first one to volunteer for babysitting duty, too. It didn't matter for how long either. Well, that's not exactly true. She would only stay for as long as my wine cellar would hold out.
2 days.
I will also miss just hanging out with Mom. I always looked forward to her coming down to my place, hanging out on our boat, chatting about this person or that time. Those were my favorite times. No agenda, no holiday feast, just us. Truly the best of friends hanging out, watching sunsets, sipping wine, and being silly. My favorite neighbors and friends, and new and old, would come over, and she would be the life of the party and the most humble person that truly looked into everyone's heart. But when her friends would come down with her, well, watch out. They got so silly, just like they were back in high school again. I actually had to put a curfew on them and tell them to go to bed. I truly cherish the holidays with Mom. She would always make a huge feast. Turkey for her and anyone else that was a pseudo-vegetarian. And she'd always cook a steak for me. She opened her house to everyone. I'm sure everyone in this room has had the pleasure of enjoying at least one meal around the holidays at our house. She was always so welcoming. It didn't matter if it was family, new friends, old friends, friends of friends, neighbors. Everyone was always invited. And I am pretty sure she even forced a homeless person to come join us on one event. True story. There is one memory that stands out in my mind as clearly as if it happened last night, even after 20 years. When I lived in China, she and Joe came to visit me. After touring through China, we headed to Thailand for some R&R at the beaches. She wanted to see everything while we were there, and I mean everything. She wasn't shy. One evening, we were sitting on a bar stool, watching an outdoor. A young woman came up to Joe, sat down, hugged him, gave him a little kiss on the cheek. Joe was quite impressed with himself. He thought he was quite the stud. Right at that moment, though, I had a camera in my hand and I snapped a picture. My mom was red in the face with rage and a frown of disapproval only she would give me when I was a naughty 7-year-old. But just then, I leaned over to her and I quietly whispered in her ear, "Hey, Mom, that's not a girl." That's a dude. No, it's a lady boy.
Oh my God. Oh, that's great.
Her eyes couldn't have been wider, and a sinister grin just filled her whole face.
Oh, I love it. That's too funny.
The best part was she didn't even tell Joe about it until sometime later. We all got a great laugh at this. Well, at least my mom and I did. I'm not sure about Joe.
That's great.
My mom loved Joe with all her heart. He was her soulmate, and he could always make her smile. Joe, thank you. Thank you for loving my mother, for loving her kids, her grandkids, and for being the wonderful person that you are. You've meant the world to my mom, and you mean the world to us. Mom, thank you for your role in helping me be the person that I am today. You taught me manners, respect for others, and sound moral values. Thank you for giving me the freedom to find my own path, even when I made it harder than it needed to be, to get into trouble along the way and become a man. You've been a constant source of support, strength, encouragement, and comfort when times were tough. And the one I always wanted to celebrate any accomplishment, birthday or holiday with, or just spend time with on any ordinary day. I'm proud to be the son of Penelope Ekins Romero. Or did she prefer to be called Penny? I always forget. We all know that. I will always appreciate the unconditional love she gave my family, those of us in this room, and me. And I will cherish the amazing times I got to share with her. Trying to find a way to wrap this up is really hard. I could literally stand here and talk for hours about the wonderful things Mom did for so many people and the beautiful memories I have about how much I will miss her. But instead, I'd like to close by saying something that I think is essential for a child to know about their parents. No matter what was going on in my life, Mom made sure that I knew she loved me and was proud of me. There's no substitute for that. And I will be forever grateful for the positive difference that she made in my life. I love you, Mom, my best friend, and will miss you dearly. Thank you all for being here to celebrate my mom. I mean, everyone's favorite mom. Seeing everyone here in this room today really fills my heart, and I've really enjoyed sharing all of our stories. Thank you.